Hi, so Moxie has just finished watching the um, first HTML tutorial video in which he learned how to add an image to his webpage, but he found that when when I showed that, it was a little too quick and kind of complicated to get that image URL. And so I wanted to show him how he can add an image a little more easily, and particularly an image that you take from your own with your own camera. So what you have to do before you follow the next steps uh, is take a picture with your camera and copy it onto your computer. So I'm not going to show you how to get it onto your computer in this video. If you don't know how to do that, just drop me a line, and I'm happy to talk it out with you. It just depends. So it varies so widely based on what camera you have and what kind of computer you have, that sort of thing. So anyway, you're on your own there. Ask for help if you need it on getting an image from your camera onto your computer. Once you do that, camera or phone, right? But once you do that, or once you download an image from a website so that it's a file on your computer, I'm going to show you now how you can add that to your web page that you're making in Repl.it. So here I am on the Repl.it page that we created in the first HTML video. This is my follow-along copy, or Moxie's follow-along copy, and I can see that here by his username being in the upper left corner. And you may or may not see this little file browser on the left-hand side here. If you don't see that, click this little document icon that says Files there, and that will open up this little file browser. So our web page right now has one file in it, this index, and if I broaden it, this window a little bit, this pane, you can see it's index.html. That's the file that contains all of this code for my website right now. So in order to more simply add an image, we are going to add an image file to our website. And in order to do that, you need to click this little kebab menu, not the one next to index.html, but the one at the top of the file list here, that kebab menu, and then we can click the upload file button. And click the upload file button, your browser should, or your computer should open up some options for you. And here I am with, why is this gray? Oh, there we go. My computer was a little laggy there, but basically just click on a file to upload it. And here we go. Now my website has two files in it. I've got an HTML, which has all my HTML code, and this JPEG file, which is a picture of Uncle Brian's beans and rice recipe. I'm going to add that to my website now. This is just a photo I took on my camera and copied it onto my computer. Okay, so I have this file here. Notice the file name comes through automatically created by my phone. I'm going to rename this to say ubri, which is short for Uncle Bry. And now I can come back here, and in this image, I'm going to replace this Wikimedia image. I can take this, everything that is inside the src attribute. So now I've deleted. So it's src equals quote, quote. And so that's open quote and a close. That's kind of hard to say. Open quote and a close quote, and in between those open and close quotes, I'm going to put the file name from over here. I changed it to be a little easier. You don't have to change the file name. It is important that you do it exactly as it's written over there. So notice I did ubri.jpg with the JPG all caps, because over on my file browser, my file menu list here, it's in all caps. Once I do that and click run, now my website has the ubri image on it. Notice that the image came in very large. Look at how big this image is. It's way too big for my website. I want people who visit my Pizza Farm website to be able to read the beans and rice recipe photo. So I can add another attribute to my image tag, and I can add width or height, And if I add one of those, the browser will automatically change the other attribute, corresponding attribute, to resize my image proportionally. So I'm going to type width equals, I'm getting the line wrap from Repl.it, so I can just widen that back out, quote, quote, and then inside the quotes, I put a number. And that number represents the number of pixels, screen pixels, that the image, I want to resize the image to. And I usually pick width instead of height, but you could do either one. And basically an inch on the screen on a lot of screens is about 70, 75 pixels. So I'm just going to say, let's go with 200. 200 is a good sort of small image to put on a web page. So width equals 200, and then when I run it, it resized Ubry's beans and rice recipe there for me. Okay, so this has been just a short video showing you how you can add your own image to your website and using much simpler syntax than the long, broad URL that you would that I showed you in the regular HTML video.